Well, look who it is. Look who it is. Oh, crap. Those guys are back. It's Rick Hughes and Dave Whitescarver here to talk Bucs. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, guys.
This is what happens when you don't lock your computer properly.
That's right. We invade it. We come back in. You need a blocker. That's what you need. But instead, we are here. It's good to be back. Took a little vacation. Gonna be around every few weeks or so. Every couple of weeks, we'll be announcing when next time we're back. It's gonna be a special event. I'll tell you about that by the end of the show. And yeah, guys, I'm excited to talk about the postseason. Post Tom Brady. Everybody put the knife down. It's okay. Calm down. It's time. This is my overall message to all of you.
I hate both of them.
It's time to be Buccaneers fans. We've spent a couple years being Tom Brady fans. It's been a lot of fun. Now it's time to be Buccaneers fans and root for the team, not just the one guy leading the team. It's time to come back home and be Bucs fans all over again. You know, it's been fun. It's been a blast. I've had a great time. But here we go. As Dan Manfred said, it's the roadies from the Dr. Dre halftime show.
Which one was he? Was he that dog guy?
Wow, that was white. So anyway, guys, I'm excited to be here and talk Bucs. I hope you are. Let's all talk Bucs. And we're going to try and get the comments in here. We're going to try and get all of you in here. And, I'll even maybe post the link if you dare to come on and talk with us. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to talk quarterback because apparently we need to. And we're going to talk about, the general things, Ali Marpet. And today, Bruce Arians and Jason Light conveniently gave press conferences. I'm assuming it's because we have a live show tonight. I think that's what it is, but we're going to find out. Anyway, my name is Rick Hughes. I'm one of the hosts of Buc AF for all of you Bucs fans who are Buc as, well, and Dave Whitescarver. Dave, dazzling David Whitescarver. It's good to have you back here, my friend.
It's great to be here. I mean, the off season in reality lasts about 2 weeks because there's a whole list of things that are about to happen or in the process of happening that will get us to 2022 opening kickoff.
Yeah. And actually, guys, that's part of. I'll go ahead and make the announcement now. In 2 weeks from now, guys, 2 weeks from now, we're going to have exactly 2 weeks from tonight. At midnight is the start of the new league year. On Tuesday night, 2 weeks from now, is the start of the new league year. So much like last year, we are going to have a New Year's special where we bring in the new year, the new league year, with the countdown and the whole 9 yards. And where we put behind this season, and it's time to move on to the next season. So, but today we're going to talk about all that stuff, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Tom Brady retiring. There's Rob Gronkowski coming back. We got the information. We now know about JPP and Ndamukong Suh and what their plans are for this year. We've got a lot of information, and we're going to talk about all of that. Did y'all know we have the information about JPP and Ndamukong Suh? We may be giving you that info in case you don't know about it. You know what? Let's start there. Let's get to the Brady thing in a little bit. How about that? Okay, Ndamukong Suh and JPP have both said they plan on playing football next year. Now, they're not signed, but they are supposedly a priority for the Bucs. I don't think JPP is going to play anywhere else. And Ndamukong Suh, I could see chasing the money. But I still think both of them are coming back. I really think both of them are going to come back and play another year for Tampa. Do you have any thoughts on them in general, Dave?
Well, I mean, I would agree with you that JPP would be back for the Bucs if he's going to play somewhere.
Yeah.
Perhaps he didn't say he really wanted to be with the Bucs from a negotiating standpoint. And Ndamukong Suh will probably go to the highest bidder. He's done that throughout his career, and he's a pal of Warren Buffett's, and he wants a final big paycheck to be able to invest.
Yeah. He is a smart businessman, and he did one of the things on his Twitter was talking about how quality of life at some point you weigh it in, and I don't know if that's a message or that's not a message. I don't know.
Maybe that's just a deep thought like you would get from Aaron Rodgers.
Well, if you've ever been to Ndamukong Suh's Twitter, it really is an amazing place. The guy, I had no idea he is the kind of person that he is. I had no idea. I mean, he's giving very solid, decision-making advice when it comes to finances and different things. And he's a different cat than I've seen. That's one smart guy. So,
and this isn't recent. He's been doing that for years. He's met with Warren Buffett, and he's gotten you can't get any better than that as far as investment advice. And he's taken what he's earned very seriously, and he's been preparing for many years for his life after football. But I could see him I got one more paycheck coming, and I'm going to make it count.
Yeah. I think that's probably, that is quite possibly true. So Tom Brady retired, in case you hadn't heard. We haven't talked about that. This is something we'll discuss tonight.
I hate him.
And we'll talk about Blaine Gabbert, and we'll talk about any quarterback you want to talk about. Somebody's brought up Deshaun Watson. And today, I think Jason Light put things in perspective when he said, it's not as easy as my neighbor might think to get another all-pro quarterback. That generally, if you have an all-pro quarterback on your team, you want to keep them. And it's not as easy to trade for one of those guys as my neighbor would think. That's how Jason Light pretty much put it. Guys, I also want to bring up one thing. When I say it's time to be a Bucs fan again, there's something in specific I'm talking about. And I think this is I'm going to read this to you. It's, I think, a telling out of all the information that came out today. I want to go into a Greg Auman tweet. One of the things that he said, Jason Light said the way that the Bucs season ended, rallying from 24 points down to tie the game with the Rams, only to lose in the final minute, wasn't easy to process. The fact that we won the Super Bowl and got a taste of what that's like, everything else doesn't feel the same. And that's correct, guys. We got a taste of what it's like, and expectations got out of hand. It's not going to feel the same, guys. We had that magical year, okay, and now we got to fight. Everything came so easily that year. Everything just came so easily, and the Super Bowl was at home. It was just magical. Everything just went the Buccaneers' way. And now back to reality, guys. You have to fight to earn the spot that you're in. You have to, it takes effort. There's a lot you have to work through, and it's not easy. And we got spoiled, frankly. Bucs fans got spoiled and thinking you're just going to go get a Tom Brady and thinking you're just going to go get whoever you want. And that's not generally how it works. So we're going to have to fight like all the rest of the teams now. And
I mean, you could argue there was 8 teams that were capable of winning the Super Bowl if you had a couple plays in each game go the different way. All the games were extremely close. I've never seen anything like that as far as the playoffs go. The games were close, overtime, exciting. But when you step back and look at it, that means that there was legitimately 8 teams good enough to win the Super Bowl for the 2021 season.
The playoffs were awesome. I mean, every postseason game was.
Oh, it was Roger Goodell's dream. I mean, as far as all the games going down to the wire and the excitement that went along with them, and now it gave them a springboard into getting attention over. Do we need to change the overtime rules? Because look what happened.
And you got new guys that are coming up. Burrow, and the future looks bright.
Yeah.
Brady's going out, but Burrow's coming in. So I mean, there's hope. Let's bring in another guy here. Let's bring in from Buc Wild. Look who it is.
How
Matt
y'all
from
doing?
OKC.
How y'all doing?
Excellent. How are you, my friend?
I'm trying to keep from being attacked by this cat, but I'm doing overall pretty well.
Very good.
And I want to also say, as David did, I hate Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Ruined the season.
That's it. He's a rogue. He needs to go home. LA bound. Go make a movie. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Millimeter.
Yeah.
He brought us a Super Bowl. I love the guy. Thank you for coming here and giving us 2 ridiculously cool years that we wouldn't have had without you.
What have you done?
Rick,
Like Bruce Arians said today.
It's a team. It's not just a quarterback.
No, I get it, but the last 2
field,
years,
right?
no. But hold on, Matt. I'm being realistic and telling you that the last 2 years,
I know.
we're Tom Brady.
Yes,
Okay?
I know. And that's where we're at with this decompression right now, and
Yeah.
depression in a lot of cases too, because of the way things are going. But you're right. We have a time here where we got to be Buck fans again.
Yeah.
Some of us don't want to go back through that tragedy. I end up having to pay somebody to talk to me now.
Well, it doesn't have to be a tragedy. It doesn't have to be what it used to be because the culture is different now. And I don't know if you listen to Bruce Arians today, but Bruce Arians talking about how a key part of Tom Brady's success in Tampa was Blaine Gabbert and how Blaine Gabbert taught him so much, and that 5 years in this system. And, you know, when you look at Blaine Gabbert's history, you've got to understand he had 8 different offensive coordinators or something like that, 9 different head coaches.
Right.
He had all of this thrown at him. He had no chance in the first part of his career. And then now 5 seasons in this system, he knows this system, and he's capable of doing what it's going to take to get the Buccaneers to see some success. And what did Bruce Arians kept saying? Don't forget about our defense.
Well, that's what I've been saying. I figured before this week's news that with Tom Brady leaving, we were going to have a little trouble with the offense gelling, getting back together, and fitting all the pieces. But we'll go 9-7 with 6 of those won by the defense. It'll be just like 0-2. The defense
10-7 or 9-8. It's going to be because there's 17 games now.
Probably.
Right.
I'm not looking at double-digit wins, but I don't think the offense is going to be the key. I think it's going to be Todd Bowles, and he's just prepping for a head coaching position, either here or somewhere else after this season. So
I think that's reasonable. I think 9-8 or 10-7 I think is reasonable with Gabbert. And it's not that I'm sitting here saying, oh my gosh, we're 10-7, we're great. We got a crappy division. I mean, we get to play the Panthers twice and the Saints twice and the Falcons twice. That's 4 or 5 wins. Yeah. You know, I mean,
it was 6 of them, but I'm still hung up. We were talking yesterday about Alan Marpet. I think it was yesterday, day before.
Yeah.
And,
I hate him too.
What Keith said was pretty telling. I mean, it puts it in light to me. Was it's going to cause a domino effect where some people who were going to re-sign won't re-sign. Some people,
I think people are putting more weight on that than they should. Ali Marpet is not the key to this offense. Okay,
no,
he's not. He's a big deal. He's a big deal. Let me be clear. Ali Marpet is a big deal, but it's not like, oh well, Ali Marpet's retiring now. Everybody's going. Maybe Jensen, okay, maybe we're going to have to retool the offensive line, but there is free agency. There are ways to do that. There are ways to adjust the team. It's going to be different. And
well, that's what I think myself and half the people that are watching tonight are having put their head around. We got spoiled. We got fed filet mignon every single Sunday for a year, 2 years. And now we're going back to ground beef, and if we're lucky, we can afford that. I mean, we might.
Right, but if anybody says, "Yeah, I mean, we had filet mignon every Sunday for 2 years, and now we got to go back to ground beef," here's the way I'm going to word that exact same thing: we had filet mignon every Sunday for 2 years. That was awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go back to ground beef, and it's going to be tougher, and we don't get filet every week. Okay, but
it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Just
come
different.
on, guys. We're Bucs fans again. And
We still get fountain refills.
Right.
Yeah.
Just keep the cup and walk back in. That's all I ever do. I haven't
Yeah,
been.
well, everybody just, look, man, maybe we're going to get somebody, maybe we're not. Maybe we're going to sign a veteran, maybe we're not. I was happy to hear Jason Light today say we're not going to over mortgage our future.
That's smart. I think that's the saving grace. Our GM and head coach are smart on how to do the personnel. And I don't see us calling the Rams.
The Rams and the Saints both mortgage their futures.
Well, the thing is this, guys. The thing is this: if you take Tom Brady out of New England, even with maybe Belichick being the greatest coach of all time, okay, you're still not going to win a Super Bowl. You're not going to win as many Super Bowls. Tom Brady certainly played a role in that. Okay, so if you look at it. Let's look at Pittsburgh as an example of a team that's just consistently, they're just always good. They're always good. And sometimes they win Super Bowls. I would love to be that kind of a team. Okay, where, you rarely win Super Bowls, but you're always good. And sometimes you win them. I'm good with that.
I've said that over the last couple of years. If we were in the Mike Tomlin kind of situation where we're always close or in it, one or the other, I could live with that for a while.
Yeah, Christopher Cole. Love the comment, Christopher. Trust the process.
He's correct.
And Fred Swayze. On the bright side, bring on the 1 p.m. games. I hate the late games. Yeah, we will have a lot more 1 p.m. games this year, I think. I don't think we'll be on as much. Yeah.
Sunday and Monday night football, probably not.
Yeah,
we will be if we're in contention when they start doing the push games where they elevate.
Aldous Snow says, should the Bucs go after a mid-grade quarterback like Cousins, Foles, Bridgewater, or even Winston?
Not Winston. Good.
Okay, so here's my guess. If they go get a veteran, I have a guess on. I'll narrow it down to two that they have a shot at: Bridgewater and Wentz. I think you're looking at one of those two. I think that's really the only reasonable shot they have at getting one of these guys. Now, they may have a plan. They may have a plan with Deshaun Watson where they say, hey, Deshaun, why don't you hang around Houston this year, avoid whatever trades come along, since you've got a no-trade clause and you're a free agent next year?
Wow.
Come on over.
Can they do that in tampering?
Well,
no, they can't.
Okay.
Houston will,
Houston we're in the new NFL. Everybody's going. They're getting themselves in trouble doing a whole lot of things.
Well, they couldn't talk to Tom Brady early either, and yet there's Bruce Arians going, well, behind door number 2, maybe it's Tom Brady. Yeah. So, who knows? All I'm saying is expect Gabbert at quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Expect Trask to be number 2. Maybe we'll get a Wentz or a Bridgewater to compete with Gabbert, not handed the reins of the team. And they'll come in maybe on a 1-year contract or something similar, much like Winston did in New Orleans. You'll get a guy. If we get a guy like that, it's probably going to be on a 1-year contract. And I mean, that's what I think we're looking at, guys. That's what I think lies ahead. That's the road ahead for the Bucs. And that's, I think, a realistic approach. I think that's taking away the pipe dream of, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Take away the pipe dream of, we're going to get Deshaun Watson. Look, guys, if that happens, hallelujah.
Wouldn't we be better off getting a quarterback or developing a quarterback, so we don't have to go through this dance every 2 or 3 years?
I just don't think Bruce Arians is going to develop a quarterback at this age. By the way, have you guys seen him? He lost 52 pounds.
He made his ankle feel better. I was proud of him.
Yeah, he's lost 52 pounds. I'm like, holy cow, man. Guy looks a lot younger. I mean,
you tend to do that when you get rid of the 3 or 4 chins in the
I mean, shut up. No,
he got out. He put his a golf cart and park and start walking around and doing stuff. That's excellent.
Yeah, that probably helped too. You know, they got enough people there. He could find a dietitian on staff, I think.
Well, he got COVID. I imagine once he got COVID, he's like, all right, screw it. I can get out now. I mean, he made it through. So
he could walk better than AB. So yeah, everything's going golden for him.
Yeah, AB, of course, with the now there's a piece of work. AB posting an old picture of an MRI from the Bucs MRI that was done in October and posting it and saying, this is what I was playing on.
Right.
Yeah, you got caught lying, and immediately he tried to take it down and take it back and blah, blah, blah.
You know what he's doing? He's taking the TO position in life. TO was the ultimate retard. Great.
Yo, you can't say that, Matt.
Well, he was stupid and obnoxious. That way.
Okay.
Not those two words intertwined.
Sensitivity, Matt. Okay, dude, can we send Matt to sensitivity training?
I need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But AB is just, I haven't seen anything like that.
You know what's funny is you can't say the word you use, but you can call him an ass clown, and that's just fine.
Well, that's good then. That's what I'll call him.
There you go.
I'm going to say Rick Hughes said so, and
That's fine. I'll own that. I'll own that.
But yeah, I mean, he's just a unique person.
Yeah.
And what's dumb about people like that is that he's to me like Winston. He has all the talent that God could give a person. Every opportunity has been dropped at his doorstep, and he finds a way to screw it up. Winston did it without not getting contacts or putting on goggles or something to correct his eyesight until his career was over. And now you got AB out here burning through teams like there's 150 teams in the NFL. It doesn't work like that.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this up. And I know it's not going to happen, but my question is, when you look at available quarterbacks and what they would sign for, I want you to look at the backup situation in Tampa. Okay? Coming off the bench behind Gabbert.
Ryan Griffin?
No, is Winston that bad that
yes,
you can't have him as a backup behind?
You like to use the crazy date that you love to be with until the
that's
cops
what that's what he is. But let me tell you something. On a lonely night, like when you don't have a quarterback, that crazy girl's all right to have around.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No,
I know.
No,
I'm just posing. I'm literally throwing it out there and going.
There are enough of that.
Think about, okay, do you want Ryan Griffin as your backup or do you want Jameis as your backup? Do you want
Ryan Griffin? I don't even think about it. I don't want Jameis on my team anywhere near Tampa. Keep him out of Florida if you can. Keep him away. Just keep him away. No, I don't want Jameis Winston's having any part of this organization anymore. We're done. We've been done, and that's that. I saw him. I
pretty much agree with you, Dave, by the way.
That he finally got back on the treadmill after his knee surgery. Yep. And I was like, really? Put a shirt on. Come on. I mean, it was just, no. Dude, there's other ways. I mean, whatever it is you're eating, don't.
Remember last year with all his training videos, he just had spill out on Instagram where he's ducking things and getting beat on by pool noodles and that kind of stuff. He's got to start that again this year to try to get a deal. Yeah, I don't know. You know what's sad about that is Sean Payton had him working well for him.
That's my point. A cheap backup, really? I mean, look, if you lose your starting quarterback, you're screwed. And then you throw a guy out who's already he's been in the system for a year, so he knows the system. Okay, I mean, there's a certain amount of makes sense when it comes to him as your backup.
Well, it goes both ways. Jameis would not step foot back in Tampa either. I think the feeling.
They've already said him and his agent have already said they're open to it.
Yeah, they're open to it as long as he can get a job. Well, he's a guy at the bus station right now waiting for.
That's right. Well, no, and that's the point, Matt. You can get him really cheap. So you have a backup who already knows the system, who's got that kind of experience. He's a backup.
There are boundaries. There's boundaries in life, and this is violating a major one. I'm not sure what it is, but it's violating one. You don't want to do that.
I'm literally just the first time Blaine Gabbert gets picked off 3 times in a game, which is going to happen at some point.
Is it? He didn't do that in New Orleans, did he?
What's that?
He didn't do that in New Orleans, did he?
Blaine
I'm just
Gabbert?
stirring the pot, Matt. I'm really genuinely just stirring the pot. I'm playing around. I don't want him back either.
Can
I don't want him
you would
back
have
either.
to have Sean Payton on Zoom at halftime or on the sideline or something to make this work. There's no way
He's
it's going to
available
work.
too.
Oh, I just don't know.
I agree. I
Oh.
agree. But the thing is this, right now, the way they're talking, Gabbert is our starter and
Right.
Trask is the backup.
And we only have one on paper, which is Trask, which is
Well,
That's
right,
the
but they'll
thing.
they'll re-sign Gabbert. I think I don't. Let me put it this way: there's not a line for Blaine Gabbert.
Really?
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's got these great feet and this strong arm and all.
Well,
this
the
stuff
team-
I've
the
heard
team-
about, and
There's
I'm like,
only
well,
one
what-
team that knows what Blaine Gabbert really can do or not do, and that's Tampa.
And
So
that's
they'll
why
be
he's
the
been
one who
riding
re-signs
time.
him.
We signed Tom Brady over him because we didn't want to pull him out of the shed.
He's Tom Brady.
Okay, Rick.
he was pretty good for a while.
I don't
that
like
Brady guy. He was good for the last few
He
years
was
of his
good for a
career.
while. He peaked late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did.
he took my favorite quarterback.
Holy crap! Did you just say that? I'm. Yes. We took Brady over Gabbert. I mean, it's
Glad that one worked out.
I'm just saying we didn't love him enough to not be looking. And
what's that?
We didn't love Gabbert enough to not go out looking around. And we're in that same position again.
For Tom Brady.
We were going to get Teddy Bridgewater.
Which
but
guys,
Brady
remember,
showed up. That's where we're at now. We're back to the Bridgewater deal.
Here's I will say this. Here's my thought on Bridgewater. Okay. Here's my thought on Bridgewater. This, Matt, is where I will agree with you that Ali Marpet makes a difference. I don't want Teddy Bridgewater back there while you're retooling your offensive line. You need someone with a little more mobility.
Right.
And this is why I think it, guys. This is why I think we're going to have Gabbert. Gabbert's got a little bit of mobility. And the thing is this, he might kind of get killed this year. Okay. And then you start looking, listen, then you start looking at next year for quarterback. And that's when Deshaun Watson is a free agent.
I'm not sold on Deshaun Watson. Bringing him to Tampa would be a mistake, but man, that's a year from now.
Why?
I don't see that happening. I don't see him spending 2 years out of his prime. And I mean, the Texans at some point just releasing him is better than waiting
Dave,
and waiting.
No, well, that's not correct. Not from a salary cap standpoint. But the thing is this.
I mean, from a sanity standpoint, I mean, this is nuts.
Dave, how wise was it to sit him all last year for no reason? He could have played every game. He was not suspended last year. They had Deshaun Watson on the team, and they sat him all season, not suspended. And now they said he's not going to be our quarterback next year, but we're going to keep him on the roster.
Because they don't want to pay the penalty, and they want to get something for him by getting trades or something from somebody.
But they were offered trades last year. You're going to get lower trade value this year because he's only got 1 year left on the contract.
You're talking about the Texans.
His
They
legal
probably think he's worth
situation is
2 Johnny Unitas and 1 Montana.
The thing is this: if you trade for Deshaun Watson, you're trading for a guy. You're getting 1 year out of him. How much are you willing to give up for 1 year? Because you're picking up that contract, you get 1 year.
He's got legal problems. I don't think anybody's going to pull me up to the bar.
Understatement
until it's resolved.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Problems.
But they say that I've heard in multiple places that his legal issues should pretty much be over by the end of summer.
How many?
He's never been charged with anything. Do people realize that?
Checks for a month. I think.
Okay.
And then eventually something's going to happen where Goodell is going to say, "Oh yeah, we've done our investigation, and by the way, you're suspended for 8 games."
It's not going to be 8 games. I don't think it'll be 8 games. It's probably going to be 4.
Johnny Gaines seems to think that's a magic number, and I don't know.
I think it's going to probably be 4 games.
And I think it's the person. I mean, I hate to bring this up, but O.J. Simpson had a track record of being a complete jerk with his wife, and they kept ignoring it to a point, right? And then look where he ended up. He's a fantastic guy, but he's got this dark side. Deshaun Watson is the same kind of person.
It's not true, though, Matt. But the thing is, he's got a sparkling record prior, And now, I mean, he literally, you've got problems. If you look at what he's been accused of in general, it's mistreating. Now, I'm just going to explain this as factually as I can.
Okay.
He flew Instagram girls in to give him massages from
There you
different
go.
cities and then didn't
right there,
treat
Rick.
them like a regular massage therapist.
He imported people into a state. That's a federal offense. That's not playing the traffic.
No,
cop
he's
downtown.
not been charged with anything.
He hasn't been charged yet. We're not done. He
How
hasn't.
long? Matt,
haven't
is there
finished
new
it.
information coming? Is
Well, I
there
don't
new?
know
They
if
would have
the
charged him if they were going to
Houston
charge him.
There's
I don't know if the
depositions
Houston-
coming.
Yeah. The thing is this. The thing is this. Here's a guy with no legal trouble previously. He's not, Matt, it's not, this is not O.J. Simpson. It's not a fair comparison.
That was a bad example by comparison. But the point is, he's just got so much in the closet right now that has to be dusted out that you can't really say what to do with him. If they did, Houston would have figured out what to do last year.
Yeah, why
No,
didn't somebody
they wouldn't
trade
because
for
they're
him?
Houston. They had him and could have played him. Think about this.
No,
He
think
wasn't
about this,
suspended
Rick.
last year, guys.
It was the corporate decision to put that dirty pile of laundry up in the press box because they didn't want to deal with it, to bring people into this conversation.
They kept him
on.
on the team. If they were that, if they were
They didn't
that,
want
oh
to
my
be-
God, offended, Matt. If they were that offended, they would have gotten rid of him, and they had the opportunity because teams were trying to trade for him. Okay,
Which is insane. But yeah, we're not going to agree on this one.
right? They're just a terrible organization that mishandles just about everything.
You take your best wide receiver and trade him for 2 water
Right.
boys and a bottle of Gatorade.
Right. They and now they're
was good
screwing this
Gatorade.
up because that's what they do. They screw things up. So, I mean, you can't look at them and say, well, if it was that, then the Texans would have done. No, the Texans screw all this stuff up. Okay. That's what they do. So,
But Goodell hasn't thrown down his gauntlet yet, and that's the thing that's what would concern me about bringing that kid in here. Other than the personality factor, I have a problem with. But
if you can have Deshaun Watson for 10 years and lose him for half a season, deal.
Well, you just got through saying it would be a 1-year contract to start.
No,
right?
if you trade for him, yes.
You'd have to trade for him, then you'd have to work out a long-term deal with him.
Right. Remember what I said is I said, sit on it for a year. I don't know that they're going to trade him because they can't get value for him. And then you get him as a free agent next year.
Okay, Potsy.
But then you're in competition with other people as well. Then he goes to the highest bidder or whatever situation suits him.
You are for the highest bidder now when it comes to trading.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that
the guy's got talent. There's no doubt. He's a good fit for a team that has a weak offensive line because he can move around. I'll give you that.
Arians likes him, says he's worked with him and likes him, said he's shocked that basically the kid he knows this isn't the kind of person that he is, and that he's surprised. Look, Dave, you and I, here's my thing about I'm withholding any judgment on Deshaun Watson. Okay. I'm not like Matt. Yeah, I know you think they accused him, so he's guilty. I look at it like this. I sat in Orlando when I watched Nick Anderson get accused of stuff to find out that Nick Anderson, Orlando Magic player, come to find out, even though the accusations were there, he didn't do anything. Okay. Now,
did he have 25? I mean,
I'm not sure if that's.
I remember a Tom Brady getting suspended for 4 games, and it ended up like the NFL messed with the evidence,
destroyed the evidence, and all that. So listen, what are you shocked that Instagram massage or models that become all of a sudden massage therapists, and fly to go see a football player? Am I shocked that that maybe there's money involved in this entire transaction and all? No. Okay. So I literally, I'm not passing judgment at all. At this point,
he must not have paid right because he got, those are the girls that are complaining.
I'm literally looking at it and saying this: bad decision making, coming back to haunt you, probably did some inappropriate things. Okay, probably, but no charges, none. 2 years in, no charges. 2 years later, and you're like, well, now
I don't know. It just seems, I've said this to you before. There's 25 or so complaints. 20% of them may be bogus. 10% of them might be exaggerated. But if there's that much lumber in the yard,
look up I think it's called it was the McSomething daycare trial, where there were like 100 parents who came forward about abuse on their kids from some daycare center and all of this. And it was the biggest case ever. Come to find out, not one of the complaints was true.
They were all in cahoots.
Yeah. So I just look at this and I step back and go, you know what? How do I know? So I don't know. I'm going to let it all work itself out. And if what are the chances he's getting jail time? Probably almost nothing. So maybe he gets suspended. If Johnny's right, he gets suspended for 8 games. Deshaun Watson, you lose him for 8 games and then you get him for 10 years.
Well,
I believe he has a no trade clause, so there could have been deals that never went anywhere and because he said, look, I'm going to use my no trade clause. This is the list of teams I'll go to.
He already did say which teams he was willing to go to.
And they couldn't get a deal.
Yeah.
Well, but Houston, apparently Houston was the one not approving the deal. The Dolphins, I guess, offered quite a load.
I thought that they were all hot to bother for him, and then something broke, and they just pulled themselves out.
So, yeah, they did. Houston wasn't accepting their trade offer.
Oh, well,
Flores leaving too. There has been some speculation that Deshaun Watson was wanting to play for Flores, and then Flores is no longer there.
And Flores, I think, also was saying, I'm willing to stand by our current quarterback rather than give up that much in trade value. So the thing is, guys, the Bucs, let's bring this all back home to the Bucs, okay? What it comes down to is this. Have you seen our schedule this season?
It's tough.
It's brutal. So we're going to have a rough year, okay? So
we're going to get a number 1 draft pick next year.
If we have that, we're not going to be number 1 overall. But no,
where's my grocery bag? I got to get it. I got to dust it off. Where's my grocery bag?
So the thing is, guys, look, we're going to have a rougher year, but I don't know about you guys, but I've been a Bucs fan for a very long time, and one rough season,
that's nothing,
right? So
it's when it gets to be 15 or 18 that it's
going to be fun. This team is much better than what we've all been used to, other than the last 2 years. Okay, this team is much better, and they're going to be fine.
Remember, Tom Brady chose to come here. So those people that were on the roster 2 years ago when he was looking around saying, where do I have a shot at winning a championship that'll take me?
Yep.
And he goes, Tampa fits the bill.
This
so
is
you've
before
got talent.
Fournette.
This is before
Fournette, before
now, I don't think Fournette's coming back, but you can't like they say mortgage the future. You're going to free up $16 million in cap space once you have to wait until June for Brady to retire, and then it's more beneficial from a salary cap standpoint. You've got $16 million. You could probably carve out another $5 million if you got rid of the kicker, got rid of the punter, and Cameron Brate for his production, and $6 million is too much. So you could probably carve out some, $20-25 million of cap space. You got to be very careful how you use it. You can't go blow that all on a quarterback. You need to you want Chris Godwin back. The Bucs have made that clear, and I think it's mutual and something can get done. That's going to eat up a good chunk. And there's not much left, and now you got to replace an offensive lineman. So you got to be smart about this. If you can make Gabbert work for a year, that might make financial sense if your defense is good enough to get you the win of the division and into the playoffs.
By the way, kept hearing Von Miller was having legal issues before he got traded. Just won the Super Bowl. Yeah. And by the way, to Andrew Faubert, and is that a new studio? I can't be French and pose on that couch. Listen. This is not my new studio. This is vacation time, right? This is vacation. It's my living room. Y'all are stuck with it. My living room. It's boring. I get it. Whatever.
To talk to a decorator. I bet I could use some of that. It looks good to me.
Hey, you should be blurring out that artwork, and then the people think it's really expensive.
It's
It looks good.
it's that's my living room, so it is what it is. Listen, guys, as Bucs fans, I'm as a Bucs fan, I don't know about you guys, but I'm okay with. Look, I think they're going to re-sign Godwin. I honestly think they'll get JPP and Sue done. Sue being a bigger question mark, but I think they'll get those two done and get them back. Jordan Whitehead to me is a key to this.
Yeah, they
defense.
need to keep the secondary.
Yeah. Do you think they franchise anyone?
I don't know. They're not afraid to do that. That's obvious. Anybody who says franchise Godwin, it's not going to happen. Okay, they're not going to do that. So, I from the bottom of my heart, it's not, guys. It's not going to go as easy as it did that year. Okay, and everybody came in saying 17-0 last year, and there was so much unrealistic expectations, and coming back to reality, and a lot of Bucs fans don't know how to do that. You don't remember what real life, what real football, what it's really like. We had 2 magical, wonderful years. Now, go Bucs. Come on. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what free agents we can get. Let's draft well. Let's come on. Now it's time. Go Bucs. And
what do you think?
It's not all Tom Brady. It's back to Bucs. Go Bucs. So you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's enjoy that. Let's have fun with that now.
Well, what do you think Mike Evans is thinking when they're sorting through the quarterback situation?
I think Mike Evans is looking at it and saying, let's get the best quarterback possible. Apparently, Blaine Gabbert's very loved on the team. And
so was Ryan Griffin. Everybody loved Ryan Griffin.
Well, he's great when you're drunk, apparently. But
apparently,
but they're saying they're gonna give Trask a shot to beat out whoever they're gonna I think what they're gonna do, if I had to guess, is they're gonna bring in a veteran like Wentz, if they can get Wentz or somebody similar, and they're gonna let all the quarterbacks just battle it out. They're not gonna automatically hand the throne to whoever they bring in. It's not gonna be a guy it's not going to be a Brady who it's like, okay, he's the starter. Now we brought him in. I don't think we're going to stop it with Aaron Rodgers talk. Stop it with Deshaun Watson talk. Stop it with Russell Wilson talk. Right now, guys, stop it.
Jimmy G, he's on his way.
No,
it's not.
I don't want him. No.
Watch.
No. Yeah, and it might be, Matt. It might be, okay? And then they let him battle out for the quarterback position. Yep. And maybe he's the backup.
What it would cost to get him isn't worth it.
Well, no, I don't know that that's going to be the case because they may be moving on, but I don't know. The thing is, I honestly think if I was a betting man, I think what they'll do is try to get Carson Wentz if he's available.
Carson isn't going to come to be a backup. Or to have to compete for the starting.
Well, I'm not sure he's got a no trade clause. I don't know I don't know what situation he's in, but I don't think he's in a situation to make those demands. And I think he'll go where he's going to get treated well and have a shot at being a starter. Where are you going to send him, Dave? I mean,
Houston.
Where's he going to go? I mean, the Panthers need a quarterback still, but they always do, apparently.
Well, they will until they find another metrosexual cross-dressing stranger that can draw in tickets.
Yeah, that didn't work.
It was good for
You can always count on Matt. He's going to go there.
We don't have enough money to be sued, so there you go.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's guys, it's all good. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna whatever this team's gonna be, it's gonna be, but it's a team again. It's not Brady and the Bucs. It's the Bucs. And, that part, I kind of like that. I'll be honest with you.
What's going to be nice? We got all these people last year and the year before talking about you're all just Tom Brady New England fans wearing an orange jersey or whatever.
Yeah.
Those guys, a percentage of them are going to go away.
A lot of them.
And I'm going to be very happy because they talk just complete nonsense.
Yeah, Fred.
The creamsicle jerseys are coming back this year.
No, not this year. Next year, 23.
They got supply chain issues.
Oh, man, I thought it was this year.
From Nike.
I got too excited and didn't read properly.
Yeah, it's 2023. By the way, Wentz makes around $35 million a year. We don't want that. Here's the thing. If what you do is if you have those negotiations with Wentz and you say, look, here's the deal. You can make 35 this year and then have nothing. Or what you can do is take the following and, you renegotiate, you do all of that. We'll convert it to a signing bonus. We'll do different things like that, et cetera. I don't think you're going to end up having to pay Carson Wentz $35 million a year wherever he goes, assuming Indy gets rid of him. Now, Indy may keep him, but
I just kind of like the crescent wrench of the NFL right now. Every team that needs one grabs him and plays him for a couple of years.
And Alec, the bandwagon fans can go away. You know what? I'm glad they came around for a while. I don't mind the bandwagon fans. We get the window seat. We get the window seat, but bandwagon fans are welcome to hop on board whenever they want. I promise you, when we are good again, there will be more bandwagon fans. And we're going to be better than people realize this year, but it's a brutal schedule. So, Matt, you're 9-8. It could be anywhere I think, from 8-9 to 10-7. They're going to fall in that range, I think.
And we'll be playing in wild card weekend.
Yeah.
And the rest after
that. Well, no, not wild card weekend. Who's going to beat us in the division? Who's going to have a better record than that?
Well, last week I would have told you nobody. This week I'm kind of going, oh, well, shit, I don't know.
No, there's but you're putting so much on Ali Marpet, and that's the crazy thing.
On an offensive line that hasn't – the parts that needed fixing was Donovan Smith and backups. And now it's Donovan Smith is the veteran guy. Tristan Wirf's going to come back with a good ankle again, hopefully stick around for a while. And the three in the middle are – one's gone on retirement, and the other two are probably going to be treated by the Bengals like filet mignon.
You don't know, but we don't know that yet. What Jensen's going to do.
But the possibility is there, and that's what – if I was a player, if I was Fournette right now this week looking at it, I would think of it that way. And I said, do I want to play behind a porous line, or do I want to maybe get with a team that's got a solid line that needs a good running back? Because he's given himself some serious credentials while he was here.
Yeah. Let me say this, by the way, guys. Todd Robertson. Todd from Winter Park is calling, trying to get on. I don't have the phone hooked up today. The phone line's hooked up. I'm not in the studio. So sorry about that. But anybody who wants to join us, I just posted the StreamYard link. You don't have to show your face, but we'd like you to. But you don't have to show your face. You can come on just audio. You'll see there's a way to do that. I just sent you the link. And I'm not sure it came through.
It did.
On Facebook. I don't know that it did on Facebook.
Yeah, it went through on Facebook as well.
It did?
Twice.
Okay, good. I just said it again. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, guys.
Explain twice.
Yes. If you want to come through, it says an error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. But I guess it's going through showing anyway.
So,
yeah.
You're going to pay your internet bill, man. You're running those squirrels a little long.
It's vacation. Come on. It's vacation. I'm not shaved. But, no, I mean, guys, I am happy and relaxed as a Bucs fan to say, all right, it's going to be a struggle. We're back into real football, real life, normal life. This is back to football that we love, where we're biting, fighting, scratching, trying to win. When you win, it's not expected. Because the last couple of years, when you win, okay, it's expected. When you lose, you're mad. Now, when we win, hooray!
Fire everybody. If you don't,
now we can be happy. Yeah. Now we can be happy again when we win, and not just be like, well, yeah, of course we won. We can be happy again when we win. And
at least you'll have some drama. The drama was missing this year.
The last couple of years when we won, nobody was happy. Everybody still complained because they didn't get enough style points or something. Now we can be happy again as Bucs fans when we win, and we can be upset when we lose. And the idiots will
fire everybody.
Idiots, but,
fire them all.
Fire everybody.
Todd Bowles all the way down to the training.
Yeah. I hate Tom Brady. Yeah, I said it.
Don't make movies, you punk.
Who needs ya?
I'm happy. Guys, I'm glad he came. We had 2 magical years with him, and that's I'm happy that we had him, and
we got what we wanted out of it, right?
Yes. When he came, when the year he came, if somebody said he's going to be here for 2 years and you're going to get a Super Bowl out of it.
Oh, and win your division and set a regular season record for number of team victories. And have the 2 best offensive years in the history of the franchise.
Exactly. Now you're making it sound like the guy stepped out too early. I don't want to go down that road again.
He did step out. I mean, he had a lot left in the tank. There's no doubt. Hold on. We got somebody else to bring to the shenanigans we got going on here. Hold on here. Let's bring in Alec.
I thought so.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, Rick? What's up, Dave? What's up, Matt?
Hey.
How's it going?
Well, hey, who's that? Whose jersey is that?
Oh, it's
Okay.
Stamkos.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's not a Russian. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But
missed it a little bit. Stamkos. Stamkos.
It's bolt season now, so gotta ride the wave.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Bolts.
Hit that three-peat.
Absolutely. Go Bolts.
No pressure
from
them.
So are you, Alec, how do you feel about this? Because are you kind of feeling like me? Are you like, we're going to be fine, man? I mean, it's yes, we're probably not winning a Super Bowl this year. Only one team is.
I got 2 answers for that.
Okay.
They'll be fine.
There you go. Nice.
They'll be fine.
Nice.
They'll be fine.
And that's a good answer. And I mean, I honestly feel like that. I feel like, come on, guys. We just won a Super Bowl. We just won the division. Everybody's acting like, oh, now we're going to suck. Do you know how bad the Falcons and Saints and Panthers are? I mean,
Falcons have the best chance to get better out of those 3 teams, though.
Yeah.
They were going to be the only ones that we really had to worry about.
Right. The Saints are on the way down. There's no doubt about that. The Bucs are on the way down. Let's
only people are panicking are the ones that just joined recently. That's the ones that are panicking. But I've been through all of it. I'm at this point, it's just like second nature if I see a bad season.
I'm Alec, you're half our age. You have no idea the pain.
I mean, I wasn't born I wasn't there for the sombrero. I mean, I was there for at least like Josh Freeman.
Yeah,
like
12 years. 12 years of 10 or more losses in consecutive seasons.
And how
are you
many
holding up 3?
We get out of that?
12. 1, 2, 12.
21.
It's digits.
That's what it looks like.
Come
21.
On. 1,
21.
2, 12. 21.
There you
go. Come on.
He was damn near 21 the second go around.
Yeah, exactly.
18, right? 17 and a half.
Yeah.
Like
so, I mean, okay, it sucks. It's difficult. It's all right. But holy cow, man, our team, we're basically back at the team right now that Tom Brady said, hey, I picked them. So, okay, guys, we're okay.
We'll be all right. You just got to get your head out of the clouds and
join Matt. I got to join Matt.
There you go.
There we go. It's better.
Yep, you and Matt down there on the bottom with your championship.
You hold your head down, you look like somebody.
I got you.
I don't think they're going to get Fournette back. I don't think they're going to get Fournette back, but I think it will be key who they have at running back because they're going to run the ball more and probably rely more on their defense. So
if you heard right, that's exactly right. If you heard what Arians said today, is he said, or it may have been Jason Light. Now I don't remember which one said it, but they were talking about Keyshawn Vaughn. Keyshawn Vaughn came a long way last year, and he can be a starting back, but you want other backs to complement him and do other things. You don't want it to be a one-back kind of system. I don't disagree with that. Okay, if you put Keyshawn in the main role, and then you end up with you bring back Giovanni Bernard, and you have someone else back there, I'm good with that. Keyshawn Vaughn, he filled in. He didn't fill in okay. He really was good at the end of the year.
He was much better than Rojo. And
yes, Rojo.
He definitely silenced the haters.
He's gone. We can underline that.
Yeah,
okay?
I definitely shut Dave up a little bit after we all bashed him.
The shut Dave up. Is that what you said?
No, because when we were all bashing him when we were playing against the Saints, he was like, he belongs.
He deserved it though. Keyshawn Vaughn,
he did deserve it.
He was awful. He looked.
No, he had a bad. Yes, but he came a long way. He had a bad game.
He improved, but I don't want him as the starter. I mean, you improved at the end of the year, but
he was the starter at the end of the year when Fournette was out.
Yeah, he had to fill in.
Fournette was out, and you want a guy that you're probably not going to get Fournette quality with the resources you have, but you need something better than what you have now. If Keyshawn Vaughn's your starter,
I think I like Giovanni Bernard. I'm a fan of Giovanni Bernard. I hope we get him back. They're probably going to draft a running back.
Yeah, I would draft
second, third round. I mean,
never draft him in the first round, according to
if the Bucs are smart in the later rounds. If he's available, even though it's biased because it's my favorite college team. If they get C.J. Verdell,
who is C.J. Verdell?
Yeah, that's what
University of Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon.
They run the ball there? I didn't know they ran the ball there.
Well, this year we kind of had to look at our quarterback.
Don't they have all those wings and stuff on their helmets? I mean,
right?
I don't think they ran the ball either.
They're ducks with it, the little thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I stand correct.
Ducks don't fly.
Sleeper draft pick. And if the Bucs get him in like the 7th round, it will – I'm calling this now.
Dude, don't get that excited about a 7th round pick. He's the answer.
If we draft him, he will beat out Keyshawn Vaughn for the starting position.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
And now that Marpet retired, that kind of changes because I wanted us to get Jahan Dotson in the 1st round, but they're going to go offensive line in that 1st round pick.
They don't have anybody to choose from.
I don't know that they're going to go offensive line in the pick. I think they're planning on filling spots in free agency on the line. I really do.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
As long as Wells is not our freaking lineman. That man can go stage left.
Yeah. Who? Donovan Smith?
No, Wells.
Okay.
He's the you remember him? He was like,
is that the guy that came in briefly?
The 3rd stringer that came in after the 2nd stringer broke his ankle too?
Yeah. He was the one like we have him when we was playing against the Rams. He was the one, it was like towards the middle of the game, if I remember, because I was at that game. If I remember, he was that one that was either Aaron Donald or Von Miller. He basically has let Tom Brady get sacked like 3 times.
So hold on. You're saying that this 3rd string guy got beat by either Von Miller or Aaron Donald?
Whoa.
If you get put like that,
it's
a whole different perspective.
I can't believe that happened.
I mean,
it's like he had so much time to prepare.
You know what? Just put that comment. I hope it goes off next year and surprises all of us.
3rd string, come on. I mean, okay.
There's a little bit of a drop between Tristan Wirfs and the guy.
Yeah, when you get down to 3rd string.
You go to 3rd and you're
right.
He was pitching popcorn before that.
They're gonna get you want continuity year after year after year after year, but in the NFL that doesn't happen. At some point, players come, players go. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have a different quarterback back there. If you're gonna start to retool your offensive line, now is the time to do it. Okay, you don't try to do it with Tom Brady back there. You try to do it at moments like this.
Yeah, and Johnny Dean said the other day that, and I kind of agree with him. I think you did too. If we're going to have to retool, flush everybody right now, and get it all out of the way. I can somewhat understand that thinking. Somewhat. You got 1 year to start patching holes, and you know you're going to have a rough time anyway. So
I don't know about flush everybody. I think you bring back who you can. I mean, you don't mortgage the future, but you do what you can. Fred Swayze Moore says that Wells was playing hurt that game.
Everybody
was playing hurt that game against Von Miller and
You got to wear your cup for that.
Aaron
What
Donald.
next is what?
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald
and Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
somebody
Jalen
got
Ramsey
buying.
was turned in. I mean, he's done.
I mean,
Give me a pillow.
So
my bad. Background noise.
That's all right. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, it's to me, guys, like, everybody who's panicking, everybody who's freaking out about this year, this is just now it's time to be, now we're back to a football team. We're trying to get better, where this is what it's normally like for teams. Okay. The Steelers, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the teams that are usually pretty good. That's where we are. We're right in that. Okay, trying to get better, trying to, so to sit there and look at this whole thing like all is lost and the sky is falling. No, we just really were in a stupid good position for a few years.
You're still going to be favored to win your division somewhat by default, but you are, and get in the playoffs, see what happens. I mean, as we saw in the playoffs this past year, there wasn't much difference between the teams, and all the games were extremely close, and some went into overtime.
Stop and think about this. The Falcons are relatively old, or the young players just aren't that good, right?
Kyle Pitts.
The Saints, their better players are older. Their young players, not that good, okay? They're on their way down.
They don't have
Panthers, whatever. So the thing is, guys, Buccaneers have a young core. The Buccaneers have a young core of talent that it looks like we've got a good little run coming here. And I know we're looking at it going, this is who we lost. We lost this. We lost that. We lost this. We lost that.
10 points.
We've still got quite a bit. So it's going to be good. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be all right. So it's not going to be like last year. And yeah, we're in for a rough year. Okay.
The schedule's tough.
Yeah, we're in for a rough year. Reality. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's what, it's what we're in for. But really, seriously, if we can pull off a winning record out of this season and walk away with the division, if you're winning a division when you're on a rebuild,
I'll take it.
Awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Progress in the right direction.
Yeah. So, okay. Tom Brady set the normal angle of trajectory that you go, you're climbing. We were going to try, remember where we used to before Brady, where we were. And now let's figure that's where we are again. Take Brady out of the picture. We're right where we were at that point.
Then the big top 10 was, are we going to give 30 for 30 another 30? And we decided no. We're all happy with that, and we just get a new quarterback and start over. And I think if we put our brain, which is what you're saying, if we put our brain back in that space, it would be a lot better all the way around, because you're going to, like you said earlier, you're going to have fun with watching the games because they're not so damn predictable, and you'll appreciate the wins a little bit more.
That's exactly right. We can appreciate the wins, and the wins can mean something to us rather than it just be expected.
Right.
And I'm a big Lightning fan. All right. When the Lightning win, it's almost like, well, thank God. Okay. But it's not like, woohoo, Lightning win. I mean,
yeah, they better win that third,
because we're so used to it.
They better
or fire them. But I mean,
we're winning right now, 4-2. So
yeah, awesome.
Put that out there.
Awesome. Yeah, and they're having another good year. Yeah, another good year. So
at least you don't have to worry about baseball right now.
Yeah.
That part's not going to distract you anymore.
Yeah. Matt, I think you have to run. Is that correct?
Yeah, apparently my kids think I'm supposed to take them someplace. I don't know.
Okay. Well, why don't here, let me
no, don't do it. Don't do it. Just we'll be back on Saturday night at 9:00 and on Bucs Wild, and you'll see it here on Bucs Report, 9:00 Eastern time. We'll talk about whatever's happening this week and let you guys tune in much like we're doing here tonight. I look forward to meeting all of you Thanks for letting me on here, Rick. Dave, good to see you.
Sir.
Again.
Thanks for coming.
Good to see you, Matt from OKC.
I think you're part of the staff. You just come in part-time. It's kind of strange. But it's good to see you. And you guys have a good night. I'm going to bail.
All right. Take care, Matt.
Take care, Matt.
All right.
There's one name that hasn't come out and one position we haven't discussed at all.
What's that?
That's tight end. I guess we presume Gronkowski's gone. He's a free agent. O.J. Howard's a free agent as well. And quite frankly, for the production you're getting, Cameron Braid is overpaid. So what happens at tight end?
I don't think Cameron Braid is overpaid in the sense that he's a leader on the offense and the dude just catches touchdowns constantly. You got to, by the way, you got to see this. The producer, look at this.
Looking
over my shoulder, making sure the show is going fine.
Did not look happy at all.
Yeah, well,
I know that
producer. So yeah. But no, guys, look, as Buccaneers fans, we're in a position where things are, we got spoiled for a few years. Nothing feels the same. We don't have the greatest of all time leading the franchise. We're not supposed to run away with the division easily, and nobody's predicting undefeated. So everybody's panicking because it's like, what? Wait a minute, what? And you're not taking a good, realistic view of the organization and saying, all right, look, do we have I'm going to use the term serviceable quarterback who can get the job done, and you have to rely on the defense for a year while things get retooled? Probably. Okay, then you can work on free agents and you can work on different things and you try to get other quarterbacks and you try to handle it. And it's not easy to get that guy at quarterback. So,
well, here's a point that I haven't heard mentioned is that if that's the case and you're looking at it as a retooled season, does it really make sense to throw the bank at Chris Godwin if you're going to have a serviceable quarterback for the next year or two? Or
yes, because Chris Godwin is a leader on the offense, and that's part of your rebuild, and he's going to be here for years and years and years to come. You don't throw him out because of 1 year. Yeah, absolutely. He's a leader on offense. Yeah, I think he's integral to the future of this team. Mike Evans is not young, and Mike Evans has the same hamstrings that my grandfather had. I mean, it's it's important. So,
well, that's a lot of money for a wide receiver if you don't have a good quarterback for a while.
For a year, you don't. And
well, what's going to happen next year?
Chris Godwin. Well, and by the way, Chris Godwin's going to make that quarterback look a lot better.
Okay, but
what are you going to throw out crap receivers, Dave, and then go, well, we'll deal with it all later?
I didn't say that.
You when you get a good player, when you have good players, you try to keep them.
It's like Calvin Johnson wasted his career in Detroit. You don't want to throw.
Are you really drawing that parallel?
Yeah,
Tom Brady wanted to come to this team for a reason, dude.
I understand that.
Stop.
When you
it's
start
not a good parallel.
Serviceable quarterback for 2 to 3 years, it's like
hold on.
You really want to pay $35 million to Godwin every year. I mean,
you're pissing.
Oh shit! Let me turn this one down. Oh shit! You back off.
Stop it! God, what in the world are you thinking? What in the world are you thinking? You're sitting here saying things. Oh no, let Chris Godwin go because we're not going to have a quarterback for a year. Oh, that makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, that's brilliant. And next time, I got a better idea. You know what? Let's get rid of Wirfs. Why waste an offensive lineman? Why do you need him? You don't need an offensive line if you have no quarterback. Let him go. Let him go. And Mike Evans, well, if you don't have Godwin and you don't have Wirfs, what's the point in Evans? So let him go because, well, you don't have a great quarterback this year because you're stepping away from Tom Brady. So just throw in the towel, let everybody go. This is stupid thinking. It's stupid thinking. Okay? Let him go because you might not. Stop it. You're building a future. And you build a future around good players, and you have one. You have one, a proven fantastic leader, fantastic player. What the heck are you thinking? Come on. Get rid of Chris Godwin. Give me a break.
Feel better now?
What the heck are you thinking, Dave?
It's called a cost-benefit analysis.
No, apparently you're not looking long-term.
No, not when I'm going to have a serviceable quarterback for 2 to 3 years.
Who said 2 to 3 years? That was you. That was only you.
Exactly. Well, I don't hear any solutions for year 2 either.
Actually, I brought up the solution for year 2, didn't I? I said that's when Deshaun Watson is a free agent.
Well, that's not going to happen. I don't believe that would happen. But right. If you're going to pay top dollar for a top wide receiver, that's extremely costly if you don't have a top quarterback to go along with.
Oh, so you have the only time you ever play top dollar for a wide receiver is if you're paying top dollar for a top quarterback. Well, then you can't pay anybody else, Dave.
They're in a bind. They're bound up as far as salary cap goes. They don't have a lot of room. Are you going to?
They do have a lot of room. It's very easy for the Bucs right now to create a $61 million before all of this. Tom Brady giving us $16 million back, so now it's $77 million that they can move some things around and have free in the cap. $77 million. The team's fine when it comes to that. Okay, they'll get done whoever they really want to get done.
Hey, Rick.
I mean,
Peep Johnny's comment.
What's that?
Peep Johnny's comment.
Johnny's comment?
Yeah, I think he needs more Rick's rant for that one.
Sit up, Alex.
the other one. Go a little bit lower.
Well, you were kind of hiding behind the banner there.
Oh,
you were sitting low. Johnny Dean, get rid of Godwin. Johnny, crack is not good for you. Get rid of Chris Godwin. Come on, man. Don't get rid of Chris Godwin. These are important parts of the future.
What's he going to cost? What is he going to cost?
How do you build for the future if you're willing? This is seriously. This is like Houston or these cheap franchises are. We're building for the future, so we can't pay our good players. What?
Well, that's how the Patriots were so good for so long, is that they managed their salary cap. And yes, they
paid their good players. They just paid good defensive players. They didn't pay their good offensive players. They paid their good defensive players. Teddy Bruschi was there for how long?
Don't cost as much as good offensive players, typically. It's about managing the salary cap, and I think the question needs to be asked whether Chris Godwin is going to be worth it, what it takes, because there's going to be competition for him. He's a unrestricted free agent. Do you really want to pay that price?
Johnny says, how do you build for the future paying $90 million to one guy? Well,
exactly.
Here's the thing. How do you build for the future paying $90 million to one guy? I promise you this, Chris Godwin is not a franchise buster. Okay, they will know how to work the numbers. They will know how to work the contract. I mean, come on. I mean, Jeffrey, thank you for this. If you don't want to pay Chris Godwin, then who would you even want to spend that money on? What are you thinking you're going to do with that money you save on Chris Godwin? What are you going to do with it? Tell me where's that money that you're saving? Like it's yours. You're worried about spending too much money. I mean, where are you going to spend it that's going to make the team that much better? I'll wait.
Well, tight end, you're going to have issues with Ndamukong Suh. I'm going through the list. There's going to be holes that need to be filled.
Who are you going to spend it on, Dave?
Are you going to spend it on?
Yes. I mean, you're saving all this money for what? For what?
For what? For other positions.
So you can get another good player at another good position?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now instead of having a good player here, you have a good player over here. Okay. I mean,
I would like to have Chris Godwin back. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, there's comes a point he's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and depending upon how people view his knee injury, he's going to be commanding a lot of money that may not be in the best interest of the team over the long term to do. And on another part of the consideration is you're not going to have a quality quarterback for a length of time. So I'm asking the question. I'm not saying necessarily don't pay him, but you need to take a hard look at what you are going to have to pay.
But we're acting like, first of all, people are acting. I always love it when people care how much money somebody's making. You can't pay that guy that much money. It's not yours. Okay.
No, but there's a salary. You don't want to
there's a salary cap
either.
Other teams are paying good players. Look at what the Rams bring in all these great players all year long. The Bucs are bringing in all these great players all year long. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we can't pay our own. What? No, we're just going to wait and magically get a Leonard Fournette for the league minimum again. No, that doesn't work that way. The guy you're going to get to sign, the free agent to fill those other holes, there's reasons other teams are getting rid of them. It's one of two things. He's either not as good anymore or he's asking for a lot of money. The thing you're saying, you don't want to pay your guy. So you're either going to pay too much money or he's not that good.
Tom Brady was pretty good. He was a free agent. We signed him. So.
Brady's a little different. He's got a $1 billion wife, so he doesn't have to make money. And that's a little bit of a different, if you're counting on that, Dave, you're going to be waiting a while. Okay. So, everybody acting like, oh my God, we can't afford to pay Chris Godwin. Really? The cap experts, these guys you guys are awesome. It's like you people with sources. It's the same thing. Now you're like, oh, we can't afford him. Really? You've crunched the numbers, I take it. You understand the ins and outs and inner workings of contracts and how you work contracts and how you work signing bonuses and how you work deferring salaries. And come on. We can't afford that. Really? Oh, glad. Thanks. Did your sources tell you that? Because come on, man. If we re-sign Chris Godwin, I'm going to say Jason Light probably a little better at this than you are. Okay? Call me crazy. Okay? But he's probably better at this than you are.
So we should never question what Jason Light does because he's better than all of us.
He is. All of you watching this, he's better than me. Yeah, I'll say he's better than you, Dave. Yes, I'll say he's better than Al.
I said, should you not question him? That means we shouldn't question him because he's so much better than us.
At this point, I'm willing to go with what Jason Light says. At this point,
regardless, so we don't say anything. Just say he's brilliant, so we don't say
he's kind of proven himself to the point. It's sort of like with the Lightning. When the Lightning make a team move, you kind of look at it and you go, all right, they probably know what they're doing. Okay, maybe I don't understand it, but okay, well, I'll shut up now and let them do their thing because Jason Light, he seems like he's kind of good at this. Maybe I'm crazy, but he seems like he's kind of good at this, and I get it that us sitting here on our little show, we all we're experts, sure. With our sources, sure. But the thing is, look, no, there are times you can look at it and say, wow, that's a lot of money. Well, sure it is to you and me. But they're looking at this and they're looking ahead, and he's talking about we're not going to mortgage our future. He's already talking about that stuff. He understands that. He's not stupid and overspending like the Saints did. He's not doing that, right? The Saints never talked about let's not overspend because they weren't thinking long term. This team has a young nucleus. The Saints didn't. So the Saints, without a young nucleus, just went ahead and shot it all. Why not? Okay? Because that's all they had. They didn't have a future. This team has a future, and they're not going to mortgage this team's future on one player that's like a wide receiver. But the dude's earning the money. You got to pay the guy. Somebody's going to pay him, and watch. It's going to be a team that's going to go to the Super Bowl if we don't. Okay? It's going to be a team who looks at a player like that and goes, yeah, this guy's worth it.
Well, I think it's reasonable asking a question. A guy coming off an ACL tear, And if you want to, if he's going to get top dollar, questioning whether you really should pay whatever that market's going to be or not. And that's something that should be looked at by Jason Light and the organization.
Yes,
and I think it's a reasonable question to ask.
Yes, it is. And I look at it with Jason Light today coming out and saying, let's not mortgage the future. Let's blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. But this is a guy who's openly talking about that. Johnny, devaluing our intelligence still don't mean we're not correct either. Okay. You're correct. It doesn't mean maybe you're right and Jason Light is wrong. Maybe. My money's going to be on Jason Light right now. I mean, it's look, and keep in mind, Johnny, this was not directed at you, Johnny. Remember, I included myself. So it's not like I was cutting you down, Johnny. I was literally saying right now, I'm going to go with Jason Light's opinion because he's got a track record. He's proven himself. If he makes decisions, he seems to know what he's doing and he's done a good job. So yeah, I'm going to go with his decision and whether he believes it's worth it. I'm not devaluing you, Johnny. I literally said, myself included, I'm not putting my opinion in front of Jason Light's. So, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, guys, there's a point where you've got to look at a guy who we just won a Super Bowl because of this guy bringing these players in and managing all of this. And
well, he put the team together to cause Tom Brady to want to come here.
Right.
And he deserves a huge amount of credit, but he still needs to be questioned on certain things.
Okay. But if he says, you know what, I think this is the right decision for this offense. Okay. I'm going to trust him on that right now. Until he gives me a reason to not trust him, I'm going to trust him. I mean, that's that. Johnny says the team is in a rebuild. Money will be needed to fill holes through free agency next year to make a Super Bowl push. I agree. And if Jason Light deems that this amount of money should go here, and he's looking forward and saying, okay, look, we're probably next year going to have JPP's salary off the cap. We're going to have Ndamukong Suh off the cap. What'd you say?
My bad, Lightning scored.
Okay. When you're saying, look, there's going to be ways to work it in the future. They're at a position now where they can clear $77 million to make space. And we're acting like, oh no, panic mode with the salary cap. Guys, these football players are making stupid, ridiculous amounts of money. And it sounds just unbelievable to us, and that's just too much. We're not in that situation. So it's hard for us to make a reasonable judgment when it comes to this money because it's stupid money to us. But salary cap's going up. Future for the NFL looks like the salary cap's going to continue going up. These guys, look, I remember, how many times have we seen players that sign contracts and it sounds like that's a lot of money. And then by the end of that player's contract, we're talking about what a bargain it is. But at the time, it sounded ridiculous. I'm simply saying this. I get it that Jason Light can make mistakes. I get it that the man is not perfect. But I am telling you this. He knows better than any of us how important Chris Godwin is to the locker room. He knows better than any of us what Chris Godwin is like for the future of this franchise. You can't get rid of your good players and say, well, we don't have a good quarterback. We don't have a great quarterback. So let's get rid of our wide receivers. No, those wide receivers are going to make a quarterback look better. And it's going to get you through while your defense helps you and et cetera. So, you know what, guys? If Chris Godwin is not priced out of the market for us, I'm happy. If he is priced out of the market for us, and I'll let Jason Light figure out what the good price is we can afford. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. And I would put him as priority number one, because you don't build a team by getting rid of your really good players. So I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. And yeah, there are teams, Johnny, that can offer Chris crazy money. If they offer him crazy money, okay, then you got to let him go. But dude's gonna make a lot of money. And when we hear Chris Godwin signed for a lot of money, when we first hear the contract, we might go, holy crap, that's too much. But then you wait, and by the end of that contract, you're going, oh, it's kind of a bargain. It's happened so many times. We've watched it happen so many times. Let them make their decision. I promise you, Jason Light is not stupid about this kind of stuff. And he's going to let the players like Fournette go who want the money. He's going to let certain players go that want the money. But there's a nucleus of players for our future that you got to keep around. And maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. We all know that. But maybe I'm wrong. But I think Chris Godwin is a key core member of the future of the Buccaneer franchise. And Mike Evans isn't going to be around forever. And then all of a sudden, you have 0 wide receivers. Then what happens? So, I don't know. It just, guys, I believe from the bottom of my heart, please stop and think before you just say, oh, we can't pay Godwin too much money. We can't do it. It'll ruin our team. Look, we're not going to have the great quarterback making a ton of money. Most teams are going to be paying their quarterbacks more than what we're going to be paying our quarterback. So we can pay Godwin a little more. Okay. I mean, I think they'll make the right call. And I don't know. I mean, what are you going to have, all rookies out there and call it a full rebuild? Let's just get rid of everybody? I mean, I get it that maybe that's what you're thinking, but this team's got a good core nucleus of players. I think you try to rebuild a little bit on the fly like New England did. New England didn't just mortgage the farm year after year and say, get rid of everybody and clear the salary cap. They replaced pieces here, a few pieces this year, a few pieces the next year, and they kept updating it, and they kept doing that. That's where I think we're at. But, all right, I'm calm now, guys.
Are you
I'm calming
sure?
down.
Can we do anything for you?
Woosah. So anyway, it was fun. Did y'all miss me? Y'all didn't miss me, did you?
And you're on vacation.
Yeah, I know.
I miss the Rick's rants, Anthony.
Oh man,
Dave and Rick, disputes.
Yeah, Johnny mentioned.
Oh, we agree on everything, haven't you noticed?
Johnny mentioned, Rick, you weren't wrong about last year's divisional standings, although I never did see that bet get paid off. Yeah. Back in the day, there was a bet made with a former member of the Bucs Report staff that he would stand out in front of his place of business wearing a tutu, dancing around. If I believe it was, I said that Johnny, remind me what it was. It was the Saints were somebody. I said the Saints would come in second in the division. I think somebody said no, they'd come in fourth. I think that's how that went. And I don't remember, Johnny, you'll remember the specific bet, but I should have won that bet. But that person's no longer a part of the Bucs report staff. And I'm, I don't want to mention it. And, he's a good, he's all right. And I don't want to give him, too much grief here, the Greek. But
bless you.
Sorry. Allergies. Johnny, yeah, I said Bucs, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and I forgot what he said. But I think he had the Saints coming in fourth. And yeah, I think that's what the bet was about. And oops. Anyway, fun stuff. This has been a fun show, guys. It was fun to come back like this. So 2 weeks from tonight, Dave, we are back. Let me say this, Alec, I'm going to go ahead and get you out of here. Got any final words?
Go Bolts.
Go Bolts.
3.
5-2, beat the Ottawa Senators.
Nice.
Go
Bolts.
Champions. Go Bolts.
Take it easy, brother.
Have a good one, Alec.
See you, Dave.
All right. Awesome. So Dave, next week, 2 weeks from tonight, it's New Year's. It's Happy New Year, Happy League New Year. We will bring in the new year. Stay up with us till midnight. We'll probably go like 9 to midnight or something. It's going to be a long freaking show. I'm going to try to line up as much as I can to keep it moving. But I want, Alec, hopefully you'll come back. Johnny, hopefully you'll come back. And we'll get everybody on the air. We'll get everybody having a good time. It'll be, it'll be a lot of fun. Bringing in the new year. We did it last year too. We rang in the new year. Do the same thing again this year, and it'll be fun. Time to bring in the new year, the beginning of free agency, the beginning of all of that. Good times to be had. And so we will see you 2 weeks from tonight. Any final words, Dave?
Let the wheeling and dealing begin 2 weeks from tonight.
That's right. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yep.
Tomorrow, yeah. March 16th.
Yep. So good times, guys. Good times. Thank you all for being here. All of the comments. Johnny, thank you for bringing the comments. Daniel, thank you for the comments. Ben Cornett, thank you, my friend. Jeffrey Olson. Andrew Faubert. Live from the cheap seats, bringing it. North Sports Dynasty. Bringing the comments as always. Fred Swayze Moore, Barry Gould, all of you guys, Jonathan McKay, John McKay.
I wonder if he's related.
I think I'm not sure if I said Fred Swayze Moore. Alec, thank you guys. Tim Witherspoon. Came along tonight. Good night. Dan Manfred, lots of you guys. Christopher Cole earlier. Hans Gruber and all of you, Aldous Snow. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys. Had a good time tonight. Got a little riled up, which I wanted to do, but it was fun. I appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks and throughout this off season right here on Bucs Report. And stick with the Bucs, guys. Stick with them. Now's when it's time to be a Bucs fan, not just a Brady fan. Now's when it's time to be a Buccaneers fan, right? Now it's time for real normal football, and the circus has kind of left town, and it's time to get back to regular football.
Boy, but it was fun while it was here.
It was. What a blast! What a blast! That's about it, guys. Thanks for being here. Go Bucs! Go Bucs! Go Bucs!